This is a Volkswagen ID.7 Pro with 19-inch summer tires, and this is an ID.7 Pro with 20-inch summer tires Sport Performance. And today I want to see if the sport tires have an advantage. Is it good? Can you drive sportier? We're going to accelerate and then we're going to drive a bit into corners and see if there's any sense in getting these tires. You can get the ID.7 with 19-inch wheels, 20-inch wheels and 20-inch sport tires. And for the 19 and 20-inch you can have summer, winter tires or all-season tires. On Hank, my ID.7, there are 19-inch summer tires, eco-contact from Continental, and the 20-inch wheels that the other ID.7 has are Bridgestone Sport 21-inch. They cost a bit of money. I put the number in here on the German configurator. We already tested that, I turned sport mode off. We already tested that the sport tires, the 20-inch, have 11% more higher consumption than this car. We drove at the exact same time. You can see the video here. I already talked about the feeling, and comfort-wise, I feel that the 19-inch wheels are a bit more comfortable. I feel less vibrations in the steering wheel. I don't feel anything, and in the 20-inch I felt vibrations. But I don't know if this is because of the sport tires or just because it's 20-inch tires, because they're the same width, 235 in the front, 255 in the rear, but the width, I don't know, the second number is lower in the 20-inch wheels, so maybe it's less cushioning. Noise level, I didn't notice on the highway at 130 anything. Maybe it's measurable, but to my ears I didn't feel that it was louder. What is significantly different is the steering feel. This car, the 19-inch in sport mode, feels, even in sport mode, feels so you can change the steering feel from comfort, light steering, to sport, where you have heavier steering. And the 20-inch sport tires feel very heavy from the start. And in sport, I'm gonna feel in a second. I haven't done that yet, yeah? So it's heavier steering, it feels, so if you want heavier steering, I mean, here you can put it into sport, but even if this is not heavy enough, maybe the 20-inch sport tires are something for you. But again, I don't know if this is because of the 20-inch, I doubt it. I think this has to do with the sportiness. First, I'm here in the 19-inch wheel ID.7. I'm gonna go through some corners and see what it feels like. As I said in other videos of my ID.7, the ID.7 is not a very sporty car. It's 300 horsepower, doesn't accelerate amazingly powerful. It's heavier, it's long, and you feel that in the corners. When you feel, and it's more a comfort car, it's not a sporty car. So when we drive into corners, you notice that the whole weight and how everything moves in the car. It's just, and then you don't have amazing strong regen, you have okay regen, you have to step on the brake a lot. It's not a very sporty car. So this is not what it's built for, but I want to see if the 20-inch sport wheels make it better if someone wants that in this car. Now we accelerate. I'm gonna go to a straight and accelerate 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, and we start with the 19-inch wheels. We are in sport mode.
60, 100.
6.02 seconds, but this is not the actual number. It goes a bit downhill at this stretch, what I just were, but I want to compare the two cars, and to do that I want to start at the exact same spot, and it's easier there. Usually it's 6.5. And by the way, I'm at 71% state of charge. So the 19-inch wheels are more efficient, they're more comfy, lighter steering. And the question is, are the 20-inch sport tires really more sporty? Is the feel different? Is the acceleration different? Is anything different? And we're gonna test it out in a second. I'm excited. I'm gonna pick it up now. Now we're in the 20-inch sport tire car. I'm in sport mode. You can see that, by the way, that this has the dark interior. My Id.7 has the white interior. Not the white steering wheel, that wasn't available at the time, but it also, I don't think it fits, because in my Id.3 the whole instrument cluster was white, and then there was light gray here and everything, and the display was white around, and then the white steering wheel fit. But in here, when you get the white interior, the door handles are white, and this is light gray, but the front here and the screen stays the same color. So this is just all dark with a white steering wheel, and I don't think it fits. So I'm glad I didn't get the white steering wheel, which I wanted. First, let's do the cornering. See if in sport mode how the steering is. The regenerative braking won't be any different, but see how the cornering feel is. If it's any different, if there's an advantage to the sport tires. Why is the AC off? So I notice, of course, the steering is heavier, and it's even heavier. So in comfort, and I notice it's a bit less heavy and then a bit more like it should be. So it's working fine, but it feels heavier than in the 19-inch wheels. And in the cornering, the heavier steering feels better. You feel a bit more in control than when it's too light. I get it. And overall, the feeling, it's maybe a tiny bit better. It's not amazing, it's not a completely different car, but yes, when you drive corners, I notice that, I don't know, I feel a bit more in control, a bit more grip. Like I said, it's not completely different, it's not a different world, but I can see it what it does. Let's accelerate. I'm in sport mode and at 82% state of charge. .11 seconds. It's slower. So I don't know if the panoramic roof has any influence. I don't think it has a difference in wind resistance or so, but I don't know, maybe it's heavier. Maybe it's a bit heavier and that makes the acceleration a tiny bit slower. So I'm sorry, I cannot recommend these sport tires. Yes, you get a bit of a more sporty feel, but overall higher consumption, a bit less comfortable and harder steering, which in a comfortable car, I don't know, is not always the best. I like how my Id.7 drives. I don't see any improvement in that. But if you want sporty feeling, if this is more important to you and you want a bit more sporty feeling, then the tires could be something for you. And by the way, I just weighed two cars, and the 20-inch car weighs 60 kilos more. I don't know if the number is correct. So if the weight that you see is correct, but the difference is correct. So I don't know if it started at 0 when I drove on the scale. But again, it's both cars have done the same wrong thing. So 60 kilos more for the heat pump and the panoramic roof and the 20-inch tires. If you need an overview of your monthly cost for your EV, if you want to know all of your trips, how far did you drive, what was your average consumption, you want to see all of your charging session, what was your maximum peak power, all the kilowatt hours you have charged, and what was your AC to DC ratio, then Tronity is exactly what you need. You just connect Tronity to your car, a lot of brands are supported, and you can also have 100% tax compliant driver's logbook. My viewers get 25% off if they use the link in the description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third channel here on YouTube, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye!